Hello again, it's Trudy from Hot Patterns here with another one of our fabulous little YouTube clips about one of our beautiful patterns. Before we start going through this pattern, I just wanted to go through with you some of the emails that we've had recently since we started doing these clips. And we keep being asked the same few questions, which is, what am I wearing in the clips? What are the fabrics I use and where can you get them? So going forward, what we're going to try and do is give you that information wherever possible. You have to bear in mind though that the Hot Patterns fabric stash is quite big and there's been stuff that's been maturing in there for a while, so maybe you can't get it straight away, but the people I recommend to you are really, really good suppliers and you'll get similar things from them. And I should also point out that sadly no money changes hands for my recommendations. I wish, but it doesn't. But anyway, so here's the one we're going to do today. This is the Deco Vibe Delicious Dresses. That's the beautiful pattern illustration in question. Now I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do this in various fabrics because I really thought it'd be useful for you to see how good this dress is for year-round wear. If you see the pattern illustration here, you'll see it's done in quite kind of wintry colours, quite kind of, you know, darker tones. And that's great because obviously you can wear it through the winter. But also, it's a really, really good all-season dress. So I want to give you lots of variations for that. But the first thing I thought I'd do is just go through the general dress with you and give you a bit about the inspiration behind it and why it works on various different figures. So the first thing to tell you about this is it's inspired by a designer called Dries van Noten, and he did a really fabulous collection. Well, he does one, a fabulous one every time, but this particular one was his fall 2007 collection, and he sent variations of this dress down the runway in oh so many configurations, and they just looked stunning. Now he's one of those designers, he's not very kind of tight and flashy, his clothes. They're a little bit more intellectual, they're a little bit more creative, and they are really, really elegant, and they're a great inspirational source for the kind of things we like to sew at home. So I chose to do a variation of that because I knew it was going to suit a lot of different body shapes and a lot of different sizes and different proportions, and you could do a lot of things to it. So if you look at this, you will see that it's got a very, very similar principle to the sunshine tops, which is what I'm wearing. I'm actually wearing a variation of it, in the way that you've got a shaped neckband with the front gathered onto it. But I'm afraid that's where the similarities of the sunshine top end. That's it. The sunshine top is done for a knit, this is done for a woven. That's a huge difference. And also on this we've got a centre front seam all the way top to bottom and raglan sleeves. So you've got actually quite a different look from the sunshine tops. So this particular piece is done in a really beautiful wool crepe. It's lovely, such a lovely fabric. I got the fabric from Gorgeous Fabrics some time ago. This is one that's been maturing in the stash for some time. But I really wanted to use this in this dress because I thought it would be a great piece to wear sort of for transitional times. You know, and it's a bit chilly but it's not really, really cold. And of course for the deep winter you could layer this over a turtleneck or over a blouse or a long sleeve t-shirt for extra warmth. And of course once I made it in this beautiful wool crepe, the weather in Florida suddenly went from a bit chilly to being really hot, so yay me, good timing. But that's alright, this will go in the closet for next fall and I'm good with that. So this particular one is quite a low V, and on the pattern we've got an additional modesty panel you can put into this, and one of the variations I'll show you has that modesty panel. But this one I wanted to leave as it was. Really is almost like a jumper, you know, sort of something to wear over things as a layering piece. And it's a very, very, very simple piece to wear. This one of course is flat through the front like the sunshine tops, but you can do the same thing as you did with the sunshine tops, which is wear it loose or belt it in. It's really one of your things to choose. So this one's got a really nice scooped out neckline. We've also got our short raglan sleeves, and we've got at the back a really simple back. Neckband, raglan sleeve seams, and then this centre back seam. Now the centre back seam doesn't look like it does anything, does it? It's just a seam. Well, it does. There's a lot of shaping in here, and that's what stops it being all baggy and horrible. Sadly you can't see that on my stand because while she has a spectacular bosom, she has no bottom. Very, very sad. But it's a really, really good piece to make in these kind of wintry fabrics because you will get a lot of mileage out of it really from the first snap of cold in the fall right through to early spring. And because this one is wool, I've interlined it. I haven't lined it, I've interlined it in a really nice kind of dusty pink, if I can show you, haberdine. And I've done that because I'm like the princess of the pea. I've got a very delicate skin and I cannot wear wool next to my skin. Also, if you wear wool next to tights, it's going to grip really badly. So interlining it with a slidey, kind of lightweight lining is a really good idea. So this is the kind of thing that I would wear, well, I would have worn it now, the weather hadn't got so warm, but you can wear it on its own with a little t-shirt underneath, with a turtleneck, really whatever you'd like. This one I finished with a deep stitched hem, and I've also done a facing on the inside of the sleeve just because I want it to hang really, really nicely. But it's a great basic piece, and it's the kind of dress that made in a plain fabric like this, you use it really as a foil for your accessories, you know, groovy necklace, fabulous scarf, big bag, you know, put a jacket over it. Really, it's got lots and lots of options, and that's why I wanted to do this one in this beautiful plain wool crepe. So now I'm going to show you some variations, of course. Wouldn't be any fun if I didn't show any variations. And you'll see exactly how different this dress looks when you use different fabrics and different kind of ways of putting the bits together. So this is the second variation of the Deco Vibe Delicious dresses I really wanted to show you. And the only difference I've made from the one that you saw previously in that beautiful grey wool crepe is to use this rather groovy printed rayon. Now I'm afraid you can't get this one because I bought this fabric in Bangkok, so unless you're willing to hop on a plane and do a 24-hour plane ride and go to the suppliers there, not going to happen. But I would say that this is a great kind of fabric to use for this style, a really nice drapey fluid rayon. And this piece, I have to say, I'll be living in this summer because it's so nice and easy to wear. Not too fitted, but also it's not so baggy that you're going to look kind of like lumpen. You know, we've still got side seam shaping. Don't forget we've got that centre back seam that's got a lot of shaping as well. So the fullness is really through here, and it can of course be cinched in with a belt like this if that's the look you prefer to have. Now on the pattern envelope, there's the very thing in question. We've got 3 different sleeves illustrated. We've got a short sleeve with a contrast band, we've got a long sleeve, we've got a long sleeve with ruching at the cuffs. For this one, I actually used just the short sleeve without the contrast band because I wanted it to be a really fresh little summer dress. And this is one of the things that I notice people constantly worry about. I can't find a nice summer dress with sleeves. I can't find one with sleeves. I hear your pain, I really, really do. Because you don't always want to be completely uncovered in the sun. First of all, you might not like your arms. Alright, fine, you don't have to. But also, you know, if it's really, really hot, you might want to just be covered up for safety's sake because, I mean, especially where I live, when it gets really hot, you will burn. So a little kind of cut-on, almost cut-on cap sleeve attached to this raglan is a great idea. It'll just give that little bit of coverage, especially through the underarm area too, which is like always good, without looking frumpy and kind of looking boring. So this is a really nice fresh version of it. Like I say, you can belt it or not, really wear it however you want to do, and of course before it gets really, really warm you can still wear it with a little tee underneath. I'm still debating as to whether to add the modesty panel here. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, we'll see how we go. But you know, if I don't, maybe I'll just wear it for a while with a little t-shirt underneath or a camisole and see how I go. That's the great thing, of course, with making your things, is that you can wear something for a while and kind of think, well, you know, I might do something else to it, and then you can do it, which is great. That's not what you can do with ready to wear at all. So the next 2 variations I'm going to show you are once again using different elements and just making them look really, really different. And of course this is another one of those styles that depending on the print you use or the solid you use or the embellishment you use, it's going to look different every single time. So let's see the other 2 variations.